Look at this. Look at this giant stone hinge that the corner of the door would have slotted into. Unbelievable, right? We're standing here at a Tassel Priory. It's in County Tipperary, and this is an ancient site. There was once a town of over 2,000 people right here in front of us, and an Augustinian abbey, kind of like a monastery as well, full of monks. A famous artist, Austin Cooper, drew this site back in 1791 or 1781. I'm just looking at the date here. He would have been standing pretty close to where we're standing. You can actually see a lot of the same building ruins that he saw here over 200 years ago are actually still here, which is really, really interesting, I think. Like, for example, look at the tower. See the tower in the middle? That's what's called the crossing tower, that big tower right there. And that tower would have held the bells for the church, which was part of the old monastic settlement here. Let's cross over into this wonderful old site. Really cool facts about this whole site, okay? Most of the stonework here is made on what's called limestone. It's a local stone. It's limestone on the outside with rubble on the inside, and most of the limestone was quarried locally. But on the really important parts of the building, like corners that everybody would be looking at, I mean, they are carved or sculpted from a stone that was imported from very, very far away. This blows my mind. All the way from the southwest of England over to here, and like, that would be expensive to do nowadays, but imagine doing it in the medieval era, in the age of sail. There's so much to see and talk about here. We're walking through the gatehouse. There used to be what was called a portcullis here. It's like a sort of like a type of a defensive feature, like often like an iron gate that would be able to be raised and dropped. And you can see, when you see a groove like that, it's often indicated there was a portcullis here. So this was a proper defensive gate, and there would have been a big, probably a wooden or an iron door behind it. How do we know there was a big wooden or iron door behind it? Look at this. Look at this giant stone hinge that the corner of the door would have slotted into. Unbelievable, right? It's massive. I've never seen anything like that. I'll just step back to give you a view. A big door here, and then probably there was like a pin, and it would have hung on this. That would have opened and closed. It's quite defensive for a monastic site. But like I said, this place that once was a town big enough, over 2,000 people living here, this place was attacked and burned at least twice in the 1300s, in the 14th century. So it saw its fair share of bloodshed, unfortunately, and probably a lot of tragedy here as well over the years.